What's up, everybody? It's your favorite little bit of column A, little bit of column B's favorite nerd. Today we are looking at Warbotron COmputron. The reason why I say that is because this set has had its ups and downs in regards to figures. Like my end of the year, you know, top 5, worst 5, most surprisingly good, most disappointing list is coming up, you know, and 2 of these figures are on that list and for very different reasons. So it's just been a bit of an emotional roller coaster, so I'm anxious to kind of look at this thing and finish it. But I must say that in this mode, as is, it does look good. This guy still looks a little stiff. You know, it's just the shoulders. It's just hard to get them in a position that doesn't look like he's just a little too stiff of a bot. But outside of that, they look really good together. And here they are in alt mode, and they look great together. This is another one that transferred really well when they're all kind of together. I don't think I have any complaints. Like, I do feel like Strafe is a little big, but other than that, they look like a good team. I dig it. To get Strafe ready, take off all of this stuff, these 2 side wings, the 2 guns, and the little launch missile, and have handy this piece that comes with Strafe and the right hand. Fold these up. This is actually pretty involved, so I'll do my best. Open up these arms here and here. You kind of open that up, and you tuck these feet in. And let's see, you kind of bring these feet down and out of the way just for now. This is going to eventually, you can close these back up here. And you have to, this little tab there has to go into that slot. And in order to do so, you got to like twist it at like both bicep swivels. Alright, this one's squeaky as hell. Be careful with that one. There. Alright. Now, this whole piece comes up, and these 2 tabs go into those 2 slots, but it's like, or pegs go into those 2 holes. But it takes a little bit of force to do so. And you can bring this out here too. This doesn't feel like the strongest joint to me, but hopefully it will do. And then that closes it all together. You can open this piece up here. Oh man. Hope I didn't just significantly screw that up. There we go. And close that up. And then you gotta these guns here. Okay. First, make sure that this is turned around like that so that the wheels are facing back. And don't drop the guns, but instead peg them in there, which doesn't feel very natural, but it does work. And then you bring this piece up and it'll all I wonder it's better to just sit them in there and then push them down as you can. I think I'm going to find that to be the case anyway. Yeah. Alright, and then for the legs, you fold the feet out like we said. And I think you want to turn these around and sort of collapse them. Yeah, you want to make sure that they're upside down. Face this way to keep yourself oriented. That's how I got lost there. And then fold it around like that. So for the other side. Boom. And then take your hand, let me plug it in. That was a bit of a pain actually, but whatever. That closes in here and it tabs into the outside. So just do what you gotta do. God. There we go. For Nosecone, we're going to take off the guns, close that up. These feet come up and around. This whole section swings down, and then this section comes around, and then back, and then these two bits plug into there. And it's worrisome because of that translucent plastic, but it holds up okay. Split the legs and utilize your bit here. And then this, make sure you find the right foot. I think the best way to do it is to, if you push from the bottom, you can see which way it rocks. And then once you got that, down in there she goes. Not the best connection. I mean, interesting. I guess we'll see how it pans out. Alright, this guy, gun's already removed. Undo the spoiler and flip it down. Try to get that paint to show, you know, whenever you can. Undo the bumper there. Undo this tight ass tab there. Get that to swing forward. And that comes down. Same on the other side. You can move this whole back piece out now. And bring that down. I don't know if it tabs in or anything or just lays down. I guess that's it. I'll have to look and see if it doesn't tab anything, just tabs together, but it's just there. And then we open this up here. Didn't want to do that, but now that I have. All right. Get a tool. There. Tolerance. Keep saying it over and over. That's been the problem with this entire set. from day one. Alright, now I got to get that other die-cast piece. So here this is. This comes down. It goes inside. There's like a little passageway for it. Do you see it? And then it kind of captures the whole bottom piece. Make sure it's tabbed together. Right? It's probably supposed to go like that. And then you take your foot, insert it in. Good to go. This fellow is just basically getting him back into robot mode almost, but take off the accessories. We'll deal with them later. Open this up. And then this piece, just get it up. Fold these pieces back. And then, I don't know exactly how it's supposed to be all the way back, but we'll do it all the way back. We won't be lazy. Take these pieces off here. Move this bit of business down here. Open up. Close that. And we have to extend the legs. I think the feet just fold up. I don't think they fold around, but I may be wrong about that. These come up, and then these plug in to that. I don't know how that's going to hold up in the end, but we shall see. This, you know, like, I think that, alright, so the instructions have it, I think, where this is supposed to come down, like, and around, like that, so that you can move that back, but, like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, design-wise. Yeah, like that. I still don't know how I like that, to be honest with you. And this piece has already come down. These flaps here, they also want you to bring back up. I don't think it's necessary. I think, once again, it's more of a personal preference kind of thing, but the option is available to you. And then this double hinged flap comes up, covers the face, and then I'm going to use a tool to get this bit out here. Hold on. Alright. So I guess I might as well split the legs. I didn't even think about that. I'm just gonna take this off so I don't drive myself nuts. Alright, so this comes in here, and then that piece tabs in there. You can close this up. That's actually pretty smart. Alright, we're just going to use this one piece here for the time being. I don't know why it's giving me such grief. Yeah. There it is. Come on, girl. There. And that goes there. Plug the hand in. And then you can put all your bells and whistles on. Alright, and for this guy, we're going to take off as much of this stuff as we can to kind of help us along our way. Just make life a little easier for us. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so untab this here. And undo the legs. Alright, now get yourself sorted. you want, had the head there, this going to the back, bring the legs kind of down at a 90-degree angle, like kind of think old G1. I think. Oh, it's got to. You got to turn it back around. That's right. There it is. There she is. All right. Same on the other side. There. Good. And then you want to collapse that to expose the combiner port. Typical Warbotron style. Good. Alright, these arms. So you're going to untab these here. Fill out the waist a little bit. It's definitely needed. And then tab them back in. And then we'll flip the head around. Oh, no. So also move these out to the side. And then bring this whole piece around. And that'll tab in like that. Money. Alright, now bring this head on up. And then bring this up. So you got to slide this piece up like just a tad. And that tabs into that, right? Yeah. Wow. It's all kind of coming together nicely, which is a nice change of pace. And then you got to do all sorts of stuff here. This comes in and bring this piece up here. That becomes the neck. Oh, alright. You got to bring this head up. Hold on one second, because this is worth talking about. Alright, I just had to do it off camera because it's tight. I'd forgotten about it. But yeah, now it should be good. It should stick up like that. Alright, so now we'll backtrack a taste. Yeah. There we go. Bring this up. There we go. The wings go in the back like that. And then he's got this battle axe. And they tab onto the side here. This one as well. Good to go. And then we have these two guns, and they both... Oh man, I forgot another piece. These combiner ports up top here. Really strong ratchet, so have a tool ready. All right. There's one. There's the other. And I think that's it. So as you may or may not know, I like to combine things for the first time on camera, so I can always have that reaction recorded. All right. Alright, let's raise up. Yeah, that ratchet's a little less than stellar on that side. Not the core, but the arm. Alright, let's back out and take a look. It's not as bad as some pictures I feel like make it out to be, but I think it's also the arms that are causing some proportion issues. So head is on a hinged swivel, but the hinge isn't much good. We'll extend these antennae. I always forget to do that. They don't want to stay anyway. I'll try to take a closer look at that later. Hinge swivel. Not much for the hinge. Swivel works pretty well. Ratcheted swivel on the bot and then up and down here. If you remove these guns, you'll get more out of that. But even as is, it ain't bad. Sticks together well. Waist swivel's intact. Wings. And let's see here. Bicep swivel works fine. Double jointed elbows work fine. Wrists on a swivel. Fingers are on ball joints at the base knuckle and then hinged at the second and third knuckle. And same for the thumb, hinged on the second knuckle. Same for the other side. This side I feel like the wings get a little bit in the way, but not really so much. You know, all in all, he works pretty well. Universal joint for the hips. Kind of gets in your way a little bit. Ratchet doesn't really quite hold for the forward motion. Out motion's good to go. No problems there. Knee. Soft ratchet. It works fine. It's just that this piece wants to slide down and get in the way. And then we have ratcheted. See, I wish that locked in too. But ratcheted tilt. It's a soft ratchet for the tilt. Then you got a toe hinge as well, and a ratcheted rocker. I am finding that my car is falling apart on me a little bit. And let's just make sure everything works the same for the other side. Yeah, that ratchet, that outward ratchet, it holds like a champ. No real thigh swivel. I mean, a little bit, but not really, which is bizarre. And then the foot is exactly the same. It works even better. It's held together a bit better rather than that that kind of basket system that the other one has. I don't like all this stuff falling off of them. I'm finding that to be pretty obnoxious. There's like, I don't mind parts forming. I don't. But there's an awful lot of parts forming going on here, and as a result, it just makes for the guy kind of falling apart. I don't know. I feel like I got to get down a little bit further into that leg, but I'll have to mess around with that later. Yeah, it's interesting. So this is going to be the best that I can do, and what I did was I shortened the arms a bit. It makes you lose some articulation, but I think proportionately he just looks a ton better. You lose elbow. I think that it's much more of this one, but you can move these wings and get more elbow if you want. This one is shortened, and I mean, you can still get 90 degrees. So I suggest shortening the elbows because it just makes them look better. Like if you slide the calf pieces up the thigh, that actually made me like him a good bit more. I added the guns here on the front because they don't fit tolerance-wise on the back for me, and I added the guns here on the front, and I put this thing together. I don't know if this is right, but it's kind of a goofy. It doesn't really work. I'm not sure if he'll be holding it or not. I might box that puppy up. These pieces here, these antennae, I can't get them to stay up. So that's a bit of a bummer. Now let's look at some size comparisons. During the size comparisons, you'll see these up here. I was kind of playing around with different ideas with these. They would definitely look best on the back. They just don't hold in the back of mine. So there are both third-party offerings of COMPUTron. You know, I think that the Maketoys one is kind of more efficient overall, just in how it operates. But the Maketoys one has some big problems in the legs, you know, so neither one of them are perfect. I think it's more of a preference thing. But one thing that Maketoys does that's smart is they have that crossbow thing all go on the back, which helps beef the character up. Because that's a problem that both of these kind of suffer from aesthetically, is that he doesn't seem thick enough, so to speak. He just seems a little slim. But the Maketoys one, you can put the crossbow on his back, and it just, you know, it just makes him a little bit beefier. Whereas the other one, there's just nothing you can really do about it. There he is next to Abominus, and that looks pretty good. I kind of feel like Abominus's chest proportions work a bit better, but they both kind of have, you know, monkey man syndrome going on with the arms. But I think that they mirror each other well. And there are the big three, and that feels pretty good. I feel like Superion needs a bit of an update, but that feels pretty good. The big drawback here that's kind of plagued this whole line, it's kind of like the Bruticus situation, where Bruticus had stress marks that plagued the whole line. With this one, the big problem is tolerances. Tolerances plague this thing from Jump Street with the canopy on Afterburner all the way through to the way the arms fold up on Strafe. Tolerances are just an issue here. I don't exactly know why, and they use like different styled ports. It really seems like they need to start mainlining. Just keep it simple in order to keep it efficient. That's the big problem here. Couple other issues. Proportionately, it's a little off, but like I said, you shorten those arms up, and I think that you'll be happy. The other issues that I have are the connections, especially from they're almost too smooth. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's not a complaint, you know what I mean? It's just that you're not sure it's in there, even when it's in there. And as a result of being so smooth and holding so smooth, which I do commend them on, it feels like they're not stable, but they are. However, this one I've noticed will come out, but like, you see? So that one is the least stable. But like this other one, hold on one second. That's a good amount of force I'm putting on there, and nothing. So there's a little bit of inconsistency in there, but they're just different, and the connection into the feet is all just friction and pressure. It's not locked in. It's weird. It works. It's just weird. Like, he's holding this pose. I know there was early complaints like with no knees and stuff like that, but it's all there. There's not much of a thigh swivel, so that's a bit of an issue articulation wise. But the only other issue I have are these ratcheted rockers. So I think they got a little gun shy after, or trigger shy after Bruticus, when people had their snap-on, that they used a different style here. And the style here is good, except once you reach a certain point, the ratchet is no longer working. It's just friction. It has to kind of be, you'll hear it, listen, locked in, which just limits the range of the ratchet. Now, you can still get away with it. See? And as long as you pose them right, you can get away with it, but it's not doing its job, ratchet-wise, which is a bit of an issue. And my last complaint is the use of the crossbow and the accessories don't always feel... I like the gun. It's not overdoing it. I like that, but like mainly this crossbow thing here. And I may have it wrong, but it doesn't seem... It seems a little lackluster, especially after Maketoys crossbow, which really kind of knocked it out of the park. This one kind of seems like just a thing. There's a fair amount of positives. The team looks great in alt mode and in bot mode, and kind of do the trick in both. The connection points, for the most part, are incredibly solid, with the exception of that one shoulder, which seems to keep popping off on me, but only if I pull on it. If I'm articulating it, it works fine, so maybe it's fine. It's not ideal, but it's certainly fine. The rest of it kind of works. I think with the proportions kind of squared away, losing a little bit of articulation, but not really. And like I said, if you adjust the wings on Strafe, you should be able to get the whole gambit there as well. So I don't know. I think it's pretty good. I think it's not as good as Warbotron Bruticus, but I think it's okay. There are a couple things that work better here, and there's a couple things that don't work as well. It'd be nice to see him kind of run the whole gambit for once, of course. But you know, the paint, the color breakup. I mean, people have been telling me about paint a little bit here. Shout out to David, like, but him among many others. Paint a little bit here and a little bit there, and like, I'm not going to do that. I'm just not interested in that. I think it's okay. I think, you know, you throw an Autobot symbol or something on there, and you're going to be good to go. I think it's a good combiner. I think it performs well. It doesn't leave you as starstruck as Bruticus, and there's a couple things that don't feel as good as Bruticus, but you know, I don't think this character in general feels as good as Bruticus, so it's not surprising that it doesn't feel as good as Bruticus. You know, it's just your reaction to getting him is different. Like when you start combining these combiners, especially with really impressive aesthetics and designs, you're going to react a certain way, and when you combine this guy, it's just going to be a little different. Wow, Bruticus, finally complete. Amazing. Feral Rex, finally complete. I don't even want to call him Predaking. He's such a presence. I'm just going to call him Feral Rex. COmputron's done. There he is. Maybe I'll have a salad. But there's an awful lot that's kind of done right at the same time. Their line work, Warbotron's line work and sculpt and mold stuff is always fantastic. The big thing they got to work on is their tolerances, and I think that they're really close to kind of cracking the secret to their connection points, but haven't quite nailed it yet. So do I recommend them? I don't know. There might be something better than this coming down the line. I'm not sure if this is the definitive COmputron, like I was sure that Bruticus was the definitive Bruticus. There might be something better than this down the line. However, if you're in on the line, I wouldn't abandon ship, because he's definitely a good payoff. Just don't expect Bruticus. Do you know what I mean? Expect COmputron. Yeah, I'm coming, sweetheart. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.